One place that Thomas loves to visit is the narrow gauge railway. High up in the hills, the little engines work extremely hard, taking trains to places that big engines are unable to reach. Skarloey and Rheneas are two of the oldest engines, only being beaten by Duke. The troublemaker on the line is Duncan. Duncan can be very annoying at times, always rushing his work and thinking he is best. One afternoon, Duncan met Bertram at the transfer yards. He was in a bad mood. "I feel left out," he complained. "Why?" asked Bertram. "Because," Duncan continued, "I've never found anything." "You found coal trucks in an old mine," protested Bertram. "Whoopee! Coal trucks," came the sarcastic response. "Thomas found Great Waterton, Toby a sign for the old tramway, and Henry found a flagpole. Me, stinking coal trucks." "Not everyone finds something," Thomas smiled. "Yeah? Well, I will." And Duncan chuffed away. "I'll find something, just there wait," he grumbled as he hurried down the line. Soon he reached a set of points. The tracks they led into were covered with bushes. Duncan smiled. "This looks interesting," he thought. "I wonder what's down there." The points were changed, and Duncan rolled down the old tracks. He pushed his way through bushes and shrubs as he hurried along. Soon he tore through a large hedge and was amazed. "Whoa, he chuckled. "This is amazing." Duncan had found an old engine shed and signal box. "The line goes further past those bushes," he added. Duncan raced back to the junction, then hurried off to the sheds to tell the other engines. Guys, guess what?" he cried out to them, but no one was listening. "I've found an old line and it leads to an abandoned shed and signal box." "Oh, that's nice, Duncan," yawned Skarloey. "Does anyone want to come and have a look with me?" But the engines weren't interested. Duncan was annoyed. "Fine," he grumbled. "I'll go and have another look by myself." And he left. Soon he was pushing his way back through shrubs and into the small junction. "Maybe I'll stay in the shed tonight," he thought to himself. "Then the others will feel sorry that they stayed behind." He rolled into the shed. It was dusty, dark, and very rickety. "Pah!" he sniffed. "It'll be fine for tonight." As he settled down, however, a gust of wind shocked Duncan. He wished steam hard and suddenly, and bumped into a pillar. The shed wobbled and collapsed on top of him. Duncan was stuck. "Help me! Help! Please!" wailed Duncan, but nobody was there to hear him. Later, back at the sheds, the engines noticed Duncan hadn't come back. "Where could he be?" Skarloey asked. "Is he okay?" Peter Sam pondered. "What did he say before he left?" Duke asked. But nobody could remember. "We must go and find him," Bertram declared. "Another find and rescue operation for us little engines." "Look everywhere," instructed Duke. The little engines were soon searching high and low for their friends, but nobody had a clue as to where Duncan could be. Eventually, Bertram came across a set of points. Odd, he thought. These points are switched to go onto that old line. I wonder why. Just then, Bertram remembered what Duncan had said earlier. Maybe he's gone to find something on this old line." Bertram hurried off at once. He pushed his way through shrubs and bushes as he searched for his friend. Duncan, meanwhile, was upset. What if nobody ever comes looking for me? What if I'm trapped here forever? Nobody likes me anyway. Duncan's spirits were really low. Just then, a whistle echoed. Duncan perked up. A whistle? Maybe an engine has come looking for me after all. Who could it be? Bertram rolled through the bushes. Duncan was delighted. "Duncan!" beamed Bertram. "I found you!" "Somebody does care about me," Duncan cried happily. "What do you mean?" Bertram asked confusedly. Duncan explained. "Well, when I announced I found a new line, nobody paid any attention to me. I thought they didn't want to be with me." Bertram sighed sympathetically. "They do care. They were just tired. Everyone's now out looking for you, though." Duncan beamed. "Now, I'd better go and fetch a crane to save you from under that rubble," Bertram continued, and he hurried off. Soon the track was clear, and Duncan was free. He was lifted onto a flatbed, and Bertram towed him away. When they got back to the sheds, the other engines were most relieved to see he was safe. "Duncan, you're safe!" they cried with glee. Duncan felt the happiest he had been all day. The Fat Controller soon heard about the news and arrived to see Duncan. "Duncan, I wish to congratulate you on your find. That line shall be restored to working order and will be your own." "Thank you, sir," beamed Duncan. "You got your wish after all, Duncan." Bertram smiled. "You found something exciting." "I know," replied Duncan, "and I can't wait to get to work." The branch line is now in full use, and Duncan enjoys running the trains along it. If he feels tired, he will often stay at the shed, and some of the other engines will come along to keep him company. But he feels special now that he has found something good of his own.